Hi, welcome back to the Henri Latina. Today is Restful Sunday. I don't work on Sundays, and it's a glorious day. Will asked me what I was going to talk about today, and I said, it doesn't matter. I'm having a good hair day, so I don't really care. Let's just talk about my hair. It has lots of bounce. I put avocado in it, and it's just absolutely behaving itself, or misbehaving itself like me. But anyway, misbehaving and behaving at the same time. Anyway, today's topic, do we really want to talk about politics on Sunday? I really think we should give it a rest, but since I'm here and it is Sunday and it's my only day to film, I need to say something in regard to what's going on in the world. Lately, there's been a lot of dissing on Donald Trump. He goes on Twitter too much, or he doesn't pass legislation. Well, I mean, if America wanted somebody to pass legislation, they would have hired like a freaking lawyer like Morgan and Morgan and like all the other assholes passing all these fucking laws that do absolutely nothing, that make more demands on us as taxpayers and are just irrelevant. So I think Trump's doing a very good job just not doing anything. I mean, just the simple fact he couldn't be any worse than Obama, who didn't do anything for the last 8 years, and George W. Bush, who didn't do anything for the 8 years before him, and Bill Clinton, who didn't do anything 8 years before him, and Mr. Bush Sr., who didn't do anything. And we had 20 years of just people not doing anything. So the fact that it's only been 6 months and nothing's been done, it's really absolutely, his nothingness has been more than their somethingness. So with that said, I think he's doing a damn good job. And yes, go Don. I like your wine, by the way, but it's too early to start on that. And I don't have another bottle of Trump wine. But if you want to send it to my house, I can give you my address. So no, I'm not doing donations, Don. You need to donate to the Boricua Fund. I feel like this sense of entitlement. I'm giving you free PR, and I think it's a good thing. And I should be paid handsomely for what I do. I am 10 times better than, what's her name? Kimberly Guilfoyle. Anyway, Gargoyle, you know, Godzilla face. I mean, what are they trying to hide? I mean, she's got so much makeup caked on that she looks like a freaking mannequin. Like, you know, like that look that they, you know, when you walk by the mannequins and they're like, yeah, like that. I mean, like, she can't even smile without her face cracking. So anyway, yeah, it's an overkill. I know she's supposed to be smart. I know she, I think, was a lawyer. That's really awesome. You know, like, just what we need is another fucking lawyer in this world. You know what? I might need a lawyer someday, and you guys are gonna get on me because I'm dissing lawyers, but we have too many freaking lawyers, and that is the problem with the world. Is all these assholes making all these laws and rules that we don't need, and not protecting the people they need to protect. They're protecting the freaking fucking whatever criminals. They're protecting criminals. So with that said, I did some very colorful posts on LinkedIn today. I'm so proud of them. They were really funny. I loved the my jihad terrorist one about angels in heaven, or virgins in heaven. You know, yeah, they have virgins in heaven and we have angels. It's just so warped. Just think, if you were a Muslim girl having to go to heaven, it would be hell. Oh yes, you know, I'm gonna be screwed by all these different men wanting to fuck a virgin. But I guess you wouldn't be a virgin for very long, so it would happen, you know, one time, I guess. Or, you know, I'm looking at Will's face. This has gone on such a weird topic, but no, that is, I can't, like, this is Sunday, this is the day of God and church and everything, but, you know, we're talking about religion and religious weirdness, and that is, like, by far the most weirdest thing. That and the Jehovah's Witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe that you're going to die, and only 144,000 are going to go to heaven. Yeah, okay, so how do you know which 144,000 is going to be picked? You get a certain little, like, hey, tap, 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 you're the 144 that's going. And you know, you're going to live on earth like you, everybody's going to come back to earth and live on the earth, and it's going to be paradise. And seriously, but Their religion is really weird. I used to get a knock on my door on Sundays, you know, and they'd want to convert me, and just to be a whole family of people just standing there with their little Jehovah JW books, you know, and you know, they called it the truth, you know, and you know, I just, you know, they didn't get to celebrate birthdays because something about John the Baptist beheading somebody as a birthday wish or something, and I'm thinking, you know, if we were to look in the Bible and condemn religion for every weird thing that was done back in the old days, nobody would be religious. I mean, you know, the monarchs, in the name of God and doing the great things, they used to saw people in half. I'm serious. Will and I saw this on Netflix, and I have to talk about the monarchs again because they're an interesting topic. They would take people and they would hang them naked, upside down, in front of all the women and children, and they would take a saw and they would saw the people in half, you know, and it was just so freaking disgusting and brutal. It's like, you know, who sits around and thinks of these things? I'm going to hang somebody upside down naked in front of the townsfolk and just saw them in half because they're a traitor. And like, how do you know they're really a traitor? But anyway, they just kind of, there was no trial, no jury, no nothing, you know. I mean, and we talk about the Muslims being weird. I mean, I think I'd rather be stoned to death in the middle of the street, you know, than saw it in half. I mean, that makes stoning look kind of humane. But as we're talking about brutalists, you know, terrorists and stuff like that, you know, we don't see anybody hunting down the monarchs, you know. Oh my God. They are the biggest socialists ever. Look at the Queen of England. I mean, she's sitting there, you know, eating tea and crumpets at the taxpayer expense. I mean, she's doing a lot more than that. She's hoarding gold in her freaking basement. And letting all the terrorists coming into our country, you know, the monarchs, they don't get divorced, you know, they just, they have accidents. Like, you know, car accidents and car bombs and things like that, weird stuff like that. But, you know, God forbid, you know, that we say anything wicked about them. But, you know, they're good, I guess, Catholics. Well, no, they're good to the Catholics. You know, the Pope and the monarchs, they go way back. We're kind of watching that, you know. Man, you know, talking about religion, you know, those popes were really corrupt back in the day. I mean, you know, the pedophile thing didn't start just with, you know, recent times with the priests molesting kids. I think they were all like, they got into that organization so they can all be that way, you know. No, you can't have any women, you can't do the nuns, but, you know, if you get really desperate, you know, just do an altar boy. You know, and then of course, you know, it kind of stemmed from somewhere. I think it came from the monarchs too, because, you know, like, look at the whole Franklin file case. But, you know, I'm not going to harp about that because, you know, these people are probably drafting legislation to, like, legalize NAMLA, you know, the Man-Boy Association. I mean, they're behind the scenes going, yeah, we need to make this legit so we don't have any more incriminating stuff against us, so we don't lose our seats, you know. Of course, you know, it's very interesting. They do a lot of things for charity and organizations for the orphans. I would really hate to be an orphan in those countries, you know. You know, it would be just god-awful. I would hate to live in a country where things were being overthrown, but it is business as usual for these people. There's no politics, there's no right, there's no left. There's just evil people behind the scenes plotting and coveting land, commodities, and other things. You know, the wars are never really about taking out evil dictators. It's more about just, hey, let's jack up the oil prices and go steal some more land, you know, and maybe, you know, burn their opium dens, you know, and get the big pharmaceutical companies involved so, you know, we can make a nice little deal out of the whole thing. The borders being open, it's not about people coming and invading our country. It's more of just, you know, let's undermine Americans. Let's crowd the job markets. Let's bring in all these freaking people and support them. And you know, we say we can't deport illegal immigrants and they have birthrights, you know, in this country because of slavery. And then you have the Indians and the Russians. Everybody's doing it, but nobody ever talks about any other of the races. They just say those evil, rotten Mexicans, you know, but those Mexicans are picking the fruit and nobody else is going to do it. unless you go out and invest in some fruit picking machines, and they do that in other countries too as well. But we talk about machines. Well, you know, robotics is on its way of taking over our jobs. So you think things are rough right now, it's bound to get a little bit rougher. You know, as far as Fox News reporting the truth and stuff like that, every time I watch them, I just want to barf. You know, I really don't see any relevance in what they're saying. They are just another CNN, you know, with a little mask. You know, we're trying to be conservative, the only one conservative we have. But you know, let's just bring up Trump's tweets. You know, he's not doing a good job. Let's just bring on all these people bashing him, and we're going to be fair and unbiased. You know, come on, guys, give me a fucking break. You got rid of Bill O'Reilly. You shit can the guy. That's the only good part of Fox you ever had. You know, who gives a shit if he was a womanizer? So was everybody else. You know, there was Clinton, and there was all kinds of people screwing around the Kennedy. They're all liberals. Nobody says anything about those people on Fox News. But you know what I'll have to say? You know, as far as people like molesting stuff, you know, you had the one Bush senior molesting boys. Nobody says anything about that. But oh, Trump tweets. You know, my God, you think that he freaking, you know, went and took a big shit in the middle of the White House? Well, he probably did. But you know what? It's a good thing. You know, let him tweet away. I guess I would too if the news was very biased. And you know, I'm not going to support, you know, getting fair and unbiased news, because you know what? I don't believe in any of that shit. You know, we have a day of technology and Twitter. And we don't need you media people. Fuck you. I am feeling in rare form today. I'm going to wrap this up because you know what? I think I probably said enough. But you guys have a great Sunday. You know, all is good. Make sure you get plenty of rest. And, you know, if you ever are feeling guilty about your sins and you're a good Christian and you want to think about the origins of the faith that we believe in, think about all those Catholic priests, you know, plotting to covet land and kill people off with the evil royals, and think about who made those 10 commandments. Have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.